Hello, Professor Wang. This is Saitej Punna with the Z number Z237222168. Today I'm here to express my thoughts and views about the sentiment analysis tool using the NLTK, which is the Natural Language Toolkit. And I'm gonna take you through some of the basic requirements, the classifications, and overview, and the key features and how to install the NLTK and its resources, and also the applications in this presentation. So moving on to the next slide. So sentiment analysis can be described as such as it's automatically identifying and extracting the opinions and sentiments and emotions from a text, which could be of various texts in a huge number of forms. And the main importance for this sentiment analysis is particularly, which is more essential in social media and WhatsApping, or any telecommunication fields. It's also used for monitoring, customer feedback analysis, and owner reputation management. So we will cover the presentation using the NLTK, Natural Language Toolkit, a popular Python library for NLP, and also for the particular sentiment analysis topic. And moving on to the next slide. So this is like a picture presentation about how the words has been transformed through the systems by using the NLTK, and also some of the basic resources of NLTK, and it shows like how the words has been transformed into the particular emotions, or maybe describing describing a text. So the next slide. What is NLTK? Basically, NLTK stands for National Language Toolkit. It is a Python library for working with the human language data, and it has a capability of text classification, tokenization, stemming, parsing, and sentiment analysis, which can be widely used, particularly in the academics and also industry for NLP tasks, which could be in any OpenAI or the human AI, or maybe like any text parsing services, and many more. So NLTK this slide is basically overviewing about what is NLTK in every particular point. So NLTK stands for the Natural Language Toolkit. It is a Python library for working as a human language data, which also provides other tool such as text classification, tokenization, stemming, parsing, and semantic analysis. So we're gonna look at through every topic in the further slides. So moving on. So I have listed down some of the key features of the NLTK, which is like tokenization, stemming, POS, tagging, parsing, and sentiment analysis, and word integration. Like each of everything feature has a different usage and different set of styles to explore. Suppose tokenization mainly used for breaking text into individual words or tokens, and stemming and POS tagging used to identify the parts of speech of each word, and stemming is used to reduce the words to the base form, and also many more. So moving on, in addition, these are the basic text processing tasks, such as NLTK also includes furthermore advanced tasks such as name entity recognition, sentiment analysis, and machine learning translation, which also includes a lot of complexity, but it's also included a lexical database called WordNet, which can be used as semantic analysis for a text. So these are the basic introduction about NLTK. And so from overall conversation, the NLTK is a powerful and flexible tool for working with the natural language data in Python. It's also mainly useful for the people who work on the text basis, which majorly on the large scale text. Suppose applications such as Grammarly and also Quellbot, which actually deal with a lot of data, where you can copy paste like the huge number of passages, and the particular NLTK or the particular stemming goes through a lot of process, which includes cut downing the mistakes, the grammatical errors, and also many emotions has been cut down to a single bunch of passages. So that could be great for working with the text data. And so let's see about something about like installation, as I talk about the features such as tokenization, stemming, and also many more. Let's see. Moving on to the next slide. So this is the main particular feature of NLTK, which is tokenization, which is like breaking a text into individual words as token, which includes like sentences tokenizers and word tokenizers. This can be used for a variety of natural language processing tasks, such as, text classification or passage classification, or many more, which basically also includes like a different type of emotions or different types of kind of data. There could be numeric, there could be the words, or it could be of any other languages. So tokenization mainly works in like dissolving the data into tokens of words or maybe sentences. And the next one is the stemming. So basically, stemming is a process of reducing words to their own base form. It includes like the several stemmers, such as like the Porter stemmer and also snowball stemmer, which can be used to reduce words to their root form. And basically, that's much useful for this tasks such as like information retrieval, where it is important to master data from its own kind, or maybe like the own language system, or maybe the own language base. So that's what the stemming is used for. And the next one is parts of speech tagging, where it's identically tags like the parts of speech of each word, which could be like noun, pronoun, adverb, or working. So any different kinds of parts of speech. So NLTK also involves like a several pre-trained POS taggers that can be used in different languages and text types. So it doesn't matter what, it's gonna take down to POS tagging, and that's how it works. So the other feature of NLTK is a parsing, which is basically analyzing the sentence structure, like how the sentence has been used for the syntactic analysis for text, such as recursive descent parser and also shift reduce parser. And the last feature for NLTK is the sentiment analysis, which is also the process of identifying the sentiment or emotion expressed in a text. Could be like anger, funny, or maybe the high alert important text, or maybe something that needs your attention towards it. So it's usually used to classify text as positive, negative, or neutral, which has like the more serious or more neutral or more go to it. So it's also one of the feature of the NLTK. And the last feature, which is also like WordNet. The WordNet is a lexical database that can be used for for semantic analysis. So such as like WordNet corpus readers and also WordNet internet interface for Python. So I mean this particular thing is used for the like big tasks such as like the word sense disambiguation and semantic similarity analysis. So we're gonna look at it in the further slides. And this particular slide, so this is basically like how to install a natural language toolkit. So it's basically as simple as open a command prompt or terminal, run pip install NLTK, import in core, and import NLTK. So, and also, if you don't already have Python installed your computer or on a Mac, you can download it from this particular website that have been given in here. Once you have the Python installed, just open a command and prompt or terminal window. That's it. And so these are the type of following commands you need to follow. Pip install NLTK. Once you have open the command prompt or terminal window, you can use the simply pip command to install NLTK. And once the installation is complete, you can import the NLTK library in your Python code. Once the installation is complete, you can start doing the NLTK in your Python code. So simply just adding the import NLTK to your code. So moving on, in short, I have also included the 3 basic steps that can be useful. So open a command, run this command, and import the library into the Python code. So in this particular slide, so I'm going to talk about the resources provided by NLTK, which are multiple like corpora, lexicons, and models. So basically, corpora is a collection of text. For example, such as Brown corpus, Gutenberg corpus, which is useful for NLP natural language processing tasks. Basically, what it does is a corpus is a collection of text that can be used for linguistic analysis. Some examples, as I said, which was like the Brown corpus, which contains text from various genres, and the Gutenberg corpus, which contains thousands of public domain books, and also the WordNet corpus, which contains a large collection of English words and their relationships. So these are the main resources of NLTK, like how the data has been transformed, like any kind of data has transformed into a particular group of words. So the next is lexicons. So basically, lexicons can be told as dictionaries for sentiment scores. So several lexicons, which are dictionaries and list of words and their associated information. And these lexicons can be used for tasks such as sentiment analysis, to express determined text. For example, which also includes in the SentiWordNet lexicon, which assigns positive or negative sentiment scores towards the words. Which is basically important, such as the exclamatory sentences, or maybe the questionable sentences, like words of a different kind. And the models, the models are basically explained as pre-trained models for NLP tags such as POS tagging, named entity recognition. So these models have already trained for large data sets, so they can be used to analyze data, new text without requiring any additional information. So these are some of the pre-trained models that have been selected as the resources for the NLTK, and named entity recognizers, so which basically identify named entities such as people, organizations, and locations in a text. And this slide is about the tutorials, which basically NLTK provides us several tutorials, examples learning how to use the library, how to import the libraries from the NLTK tool, and how to run the command, which also covered like the various topics such as I've spoken about the tokenization, POS tagging, and also sentiment analysis. The NLTK website also includes a book called Natural Language Processing with Python, which is like imported, which works on the real Python coding and also improves the comprehensive introduction to a natural language processing using NLTK. So this slides, which includes the main applications of NLTK, like the various where we use the primarily use the NLTK. So I have mentioned some of the applications which are the major considerable, such as sentiment analysis, text classification, named entity recognition, machine translation, and chatbots. So we all use this in a daily usage, for food ordering or something, for booking a movie tickets, or or translating the data from one application to another application. So the first thing application is a sentiment analysis, which provides basic sentiment analysis, like the basic sentiment notes to the particular text, which can be determined whether the piece of text or expresses a positive or negative or neutral feeling about your personal feelings in a text, which can be used for the customer feedback, and also the social media posts and other forms of text data, which includes tweeting, snapping, and anything. And the next main application is text classification. Can be used for text classification, which includes like assigning a text to one or more predefined categories based on its content. Suppose geopolitical topics such as political, geopolitical, or any kind of interest can be classified based on the text classification. So this application of NLTK is named as named entity recognition, which basically identify the entities like names and places. So this could be useful for tasks such as information extraction, document summarization, and knowledge management. And the next application of NLTK is machine translation, which is basically translating text between languages, which could be like the multiple languages which are unknown, that can be translated to the particular primary languages, such as Google, and also any other applications with the voice translators. That could be works on useful for tasks such as cross-lingual information retrieval, language learning, and also international communication. So the next application is chatbot. So we all use the chatbots in everyday, in a daily usage, like the DoorDash or something. Uh, any application has its own chatbot, which used to developing. The chatbots can be understand and respond to natural language input. This can be used for tasks such as customer support or virtual assistant that can which can basically give you a review as a human, which includes all the emotions like sorry, it's gonna be here soon, or maybe thank you for the service or something. So it's basically it's a human virtual AI service. And a few more applications of NLTK, such as word sense disambiguation, collocations, and chunking, and dependency parsing. So this thing particularly provides about the meaning of words based on their own context. This can be used for tasks such as information retrieval, text classification, and mistranslation. So this application is for collocations, which includes identifying the collocations, which are a combination of words that can be appear together in a text. So it depends on the group of words together, which makes no sense. It can be useful for tasks such as language modeling and text generations. And this application chunking, which basically involves a grouping words together, which makes much more sense if they are in a right way, which could be like the grammatical errors, or maybe the sentence errors, like the could be put up in the wrong emotion. So this application is can be useful for the text classification and named entity recognition. And one more application about NLTK is dependency parsing, which is basically involves analyzing the data relationship between the words in sentence based on the syntactic dependencies, which could be includes like summarization, machine translation, and sentiment analysis, as we discussed about in the previous slides. The last applications about NLTK is natural language generations. Which basically output based on the structured data or other inputs. So this can be used for tasks such as report generation, dialogue systems, and text-to-text speech synthesis. So from overall applications of NLTK, one can say that it's basically much more useful for the people who's been working on the researchers, developers, and practitioners on the field of NLP, which includes like the example like the Meta AI or the virtual AI systems, which includes the demands such as human response, and which explains about the human emotions in a normal virtual way. So these are the main applications of NLTK, and so I have listed on some of the main reasons why I have chosen NLTK for sentiment analysis, which I best believe that this is a versatile toolset, and it's a pre-built models and corpora, and it has sentiment analyzing value, which is like basic of what the human customer or maybe the human client expects from organization. So I best believe the sentiment analysis is a very useful application for natural language processing, where it also allows us to explore our thoughts, give our views about a topic or something, and it's also useful for the monitoring the social media sentiment and understanding the overall tone of a piece of text. And I've listed one more reason why we choose the NLTK for sentiment analysis, which is like basically I best believe that it's a powerful tool. So it also really performs all the tasks such as tokenization, pivot tagging, and entity recognition. And this can be useful for the people who train and test machine learning modules for various NLP tasks. So overall, NLTK is a versatile and powerful tool for natural language processing, and sentiment analysis is a useful and relevant application for this technology. And I believe the NLTK is a powerful library for sentiment analysis and other NLP tasks. So basically, why could be the reason, like it gives a valuable information from the customer, which understand the human emotions of the customer or the client, and it's also helpful in the social media translations and Twitter or any other platforms, which includes like the different kinds of emotions of the different humans can be translated into a peaceful conversations, which identifies like the threats, identifies the emotions, happiness, or maybe like the most important crucial data leaking over the internet. So this is my overview about the sentiment analysis using NLTK, and thank you for the opportunity. Thank you, Professor Wang. I'm grateful. Thank you so much.